We are learning Python from wcschool.com tutorial, and we are also uh, online editor of wcschool.com. This is our fourth online lectures. I hope uh, you will be getting some, basics of Python. Uh, in the previous lectures, we looked into it, Python variables, and today we are going to start with Python data types. So, what is you know uh, in previous lectures we defined any variable with data types, but in Python it is automatically, when we create a variable executable 5, it is automatically created as an integer, and that's why uh, we called it integer class, integer data type. Similarly, int, float, complex, less, tuple, and range. These are all the classes of data types. Okay. Now we are going to see built-in data types, which Python has. In programming, data type is an important concept, no doubt in it. Variables can store data of different types, and different types can do different things. Okay, integer can do, integer is a data type which stores, which is stored basically in memory, and it stores the values, 0 to 9, and the numbers without, decimals or something floating. We call it decimal points, and our string. Okay, variables can store data of different types, and different types can be do different things. No doubt, Python has the following data types built in by default in these categories. Okay, yeah, look into it. Here is the text type. Is when we uh, assign a value to the variable in the string form, double quotes are seen in single quotes. Basically, we are creating string data type str, is class str. Okay, and then there comes the numeric types, int, float, complex. These are the data types. Integer, as I already explained to you. Float is decimal points. Okay, 2.4, 2.8, something, etc. Complex, iota, -1 under root. It's a very important concept for imaginary numbers. So the numeric types of color complex handles, imaginary numbers. Sequence type, less, tuple, ranges. These are the very important data types. Multiple values are assigned to a single variable. So we will discuss in the later lectures. Mapping is a dictionary. We map key to the values. Okay, that's another important concept in Python. Set types, set, frozen set. As you already, I hope so, aware about sets in mathematics. It's a similar concept here, but its syntax is different. We will learn about it, how to use sets. And then frozen sets is mean fixed set. Boolean type, Boolean, if we meet a condition, it can be dealt with true or false. Okay, if something is met, then it is a true, otherwise it's false. Like in the previous lectures, we saw if 5 greater than 2, okay, it's a true. Boolean true is a type of Boolean true or false. There are two situations. One can occur as a true, other can occur as a false. So we can move into the block of F. Otherwise, we will go for next, block of code, or we use else. Okay, binary type, bytes array, and memory view. Dear students, you are aware about bytes. 8 bits is equal to bytes, 1 byte. So, byte array, memory view. This is also a binary data types. Okay, we will discuss further in future. Non-type is another data type. Non-type. These are all built-in data types uh, which we saw here. Getting the data type, you can get the data type of any object by using the type of function. Very important. Print the data type of the variable x. X equal 5, print type of x. Dear students, we can learn and learners, we can get the data type of any type by using type of function. Here we go into our online editor. It's a very important for us that we must know about the data type. Here is the x5 when we use for type of function and see what is the data type of x, because as we have already understood about this, that when we say integer, then x is automatically a class of integer. So class int is here, in a blank screen here in below. You can see that. I hope you got it. Setting the data types. Okay, we can also set the data types like here in this form. In the Python, the data type is set when you assign a value to a variable. Okay, it's a very very easy in Python to set any value, any data type. Like here, x is equal to hello world. It's a in inverted double commas. Here it is of type string. X is 20. It is of integer. X is 20.5 is a float. X is 1j. Here iota, not iota, but j is imaginary, complex. But X is apple, banana, cherry. It is the list. Then we also give a range of numbers. Then here comes the set name, John, age 36, something. Okay, no, name John, age 36. You say it is a dictionary text. Sorry, and then here it is. It is apple, banana, and cherry is a set. Then further set apple, banana, cherry. X is equal to Boolean. It is a Boolean type, and then byte array. Hello is a binary. For binary memory, we can see it how much memory a variable can contain. X is equal to none. Setting the specific data types. Uh, if you want to specify the data type, you can use the following constructor function. Okay. Here we can see that when we assign any value, whether it is a string, float, or something, automatically a variable is created and with that data type. But if we want to specify it to ourselves, because we want something different from the previous built-in function, which automatically creates variables. So here we can see that x is equal to str. Str of we are passing parameter of hello world is a string. It's already string, but we are specifying it. Okay, through constructor function, because class is string, and when we create any function with the same name of class and pass a parameter to it becomes constructor. Here string of hello world. So we are specifying that hello world is of class string. Okay, here x is equal to int of 20 is an integer, float of 20.5 is good. 25 is a float, complex 1j, list apple. Okay, here we can see that apple, banana, cherry. This is basically not a list. Okay, it's a tuple, but we are converting it, we are specifying it to list. Similarly, tuple range 6 dect name is equal to John, age is a dictionary. We are assigning it set apple, banana, and cherry. Once again, it's not a set. We are converting it to set format, and then further set apple, banana, cherry, whole 5 bytes, 5 byte array. It means we can very easily, dear students, specify any specify variable with any data type by using its constructor function. These are the construction function: list of, float of, complex of, int of. When we pass value to it, whether it is string, whether it is a floating point, whether for example, if we write x int of Pakistan, for example, yeah, or some other names which you want, hello, for example. Yeah, dear students, uh, uh, the string will become as integer data. So in this way, similarly, str of 20, even though we are passing 20 to the string here, if we instead of a hello world, we write here 20, then 20 will become a string data type, because we have converted it, or we have made specification to it. So, dear students, we have reached at the end of this topic. Now, uh, this is our routine to go ahead for a few questions as well. Exercise: if x is equal to 5, what is the correct syntax for the for printing the data type of the variable x? Okay, think about it, dear students. If you know this format, it's very important that we must understand, and it's very easy to give answer to it. Here it is. The second one: print type of x. X is a variable, and x has been assigned 5. So if we print it, then it will give uh, what class? Integer class. Okay, next. Here it is, just a second question. The following code example would print the data type of x. What data type would that be? Okay, XFI type of x, of course, int. We class int. That's it. Next question is, friends, the following code example would print the data type x. What data type would it be? Here we see that this is string because x has been assigned value string automatically. Through the type of function, it will print string. Next question of Python data types topic. Here it is. The following code would print the data type x. What here 20.5 is a float. So here it will print the class float. We will write simply float. Here it is, dear students and learners. Next. So the following code example would print the data type of x. What would that be? The next question. What is the apple, banana, cherry? It's the list, dear student. List. No doubt in the list. Here it is. Sorry, we can submit it. We have shown that. Next question. Correct. So, apple, banana, cherry, print of type is it apple? Next. We will study about list tuple in the future. Don't worry if you don't know about it. This is it is dictionary. It's mapping. Name is the name John age 36 print because this is key value function. So key is name and John is value. Age is key and value function. We will discuss about dictionary. This is dict, dict. Here it is. We are giving correct answers. Hopefully, you have understood all this, concept before understanding this. The following code example would print the data type of x. What data type would that be? Etc. Print type of x is a boolean. Boolean. True or false data type is boolean. Here it is boolean. Okay, bool. I hope. No. What is answer? It's a bool. Okay, it's Samal. Sorry. Yesterday we were writing in capital bool, so it is in Samal. So we have mistakenly written B capital. Now we must write it in Samal. Thank you. This is our exercise. We have finished our exercise and finished our topic. Now we are moving towards the next, Python number. I'm going to show you from the, menu. Yeah, this is it. We are studying data types. Now we are moving towards Python numbers. Here it is. Next topic, numbers. There are three numeric types in Python. It's the int, float, and complex. Example, integer 0 to 9, some number 35 with no limit, negative, positive, float, which contain decimal points, 2.4, minus 2.5, 3.5, complex number, which contains the imaginary part, okay, 3.I4. Here we write J simply. So, variables of numeric types are created when you assign a value to them. Example, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to float and that is 1j. Here Imaginary part we are looking into is you can see that is J. We are assigning J, and automatically our interpreter compiler of Python will understand that it's imaginary number, complex class, complex data type. To verify the type of any object in Python, use the type of function. Similarly, here we go. We can see the classes x1, so class int. You can see in the below in black window screen. Class is float for y is equal to 2.8, and that is 1j is a complex class. I hope you got it. Int. Enter integer is a whole number, positive, negative, without decimal of unlimited length. Here we can see x is 1, y is 35, and so on, and minus 35. All these example of integer data type, and all is of class int. Okay, I hope you got it. All of the numbers are of class int. Float. Floating point number is a number, positive, negative, containing one or more decimal point. Here 1.10, 1.0, minus 30.9 is of class float. We can see in our programming editor. Here it is, no doubt, is a class float. Float can also be scientific number with an e to indicate the power of 10. Okay, when we write power of 10, here we can see that if we write e, it means power of 10. So it will also be indicated with floating point. It will be of class floating. Okay, here we can see that if we write x is equal to 35 e 3, it means 10 e power 3. Okay, 10 power 3. So we similarly e4 and so on, and all of these x, y, z variables here assigned values are of class float. Okay, complex numbers are written with j as the imaginary part. Okay, here we can see that example x is 3 by j, 5j minus 5j. Yeah, because we know that complex number complete a plus iota b. Okay, 3 is the real part plus iota. Here we are assigning j instead of I. So wherever or whenever we tackle this number, we call it a complex number, and we can see its class as well in editors. Here we are seeing all x, y, z. All the values are complex, so class becomes complex data types. Okay. Type conversion. You can convert from one type to another with the int float and complex method. Like we have seen earlier, and you know, int float and so on through data types. So here is a method you can see here. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 2.8 float, dear students, and z is equal to 1j complex. Okay, we can convert from one form to another. Here you can see above, convert from int to float. A is equal to float of x. Now, 1 is integer, but now it will be written as 1.0 because it has been converted into float through constructor, function. Similarly, convert from float to int. Okay, int of y. Now, 8 will be terminated, and only will be integer part, which is 2. And similarly, if we want to convert 1 into complex, it will become a complex class. Okay, integer will be converted to complex. So you can see that here it is. First of all, x is float of 1, 1.0, then 2, and 1.0j, because we have converted integer into complex number. That's why we are showing here. We can see that we are getting, first of all, we are printing it. Then in the second part here, we can see we are seeing its data types, and it's very easy. You can understand that here class, here are the actually values which has been converted. Now after conversion, automatically you can see that the class has been changed accordingly. You cannot convert complex number into another. If there is a complex number, you cannot convert it to integer or float. It's obvious. Random number, Python does not have a random function to make a random number, but Python has a built-in module called random that can be used to make random numbers. Okay, random number is anywhere between, like we flip a dice, dear students, and we get any number, any random number from 1 to 6. Similarly, in random number, if we give the range to the, and use random, we import random because it's a built-in function in Python. We get any number between the range. Okay, it is similar to the flipping, coin. Flipping a dice, 1 to up to 6. We can get any number. Okay, when we are playing, you know, game. Example: import the random module and display random number from 1 to 9. We are importing. Oh, it's a very important thing that there are built-in, module, the methods are there, and libraries are there. We can import those, and just like a random, import random, print random dot rand range up. Okay, a rand range is another function. Here, it's 1 to 10, because now through, random, we will get any number from in range of 1 to 10. Here it is. We can see that what will happen. Look at that, 2. Next, we run it again. What will be the number? It will be from 1 to 10 and in between. Here is 6. Similarly, this random function, giving random values, and by importing random and then using random range, this is a function. Okay, we can easily get any number. Okay, dear student. In our random module reference, you will learn more about the random module. Okay, we will learn more about this, inshallah, hopefully soon, inshallah. And exercise, we have reached at the end of the topic, and here it is exercise. We try to attempt a few questions, and you will be thinking about this question, which is not a legal numeric data type, int, long, and float. Here it is long, because long is not in Python, it is in C++, but here some other language, here it's correct. It's not legal. Now, insert the correct sentence to convert x into a floating point number. Okay, here we will use float, in small float of x. Now it will become, 5.0, because we have converted it to floating point data type. Okay, next. Insert the correct sentence to convert x into an integer. Here we will write int is a constructor int of integer class function. We are using constructor, of int, and it will show, character. So that's good. I hope you have got your answer right as well. Insert the correct sentence to correct x into a complex number. So here is a class of complex. We are remember, we cannot convert from complex to any other format, but from any other format to complex is possible, because it will be 5 plus 0 j will be the answer if we try to print it. Here it is. Congratulations, you completed the Python number exercise successfully. That's it. Now what next? We are going further for Python costing, and then we will end our lecture. I will specify a variable type. There may be times when you want to specify type on to a variable. This can be done with costing. Python is an object-oriented language, and as such, it uses classes to define data type, including its primitive type. Okay. Casting in Python is therefore done using constructor function. Okay, we want to cast something. What is casting? Because we want to, we are using constructor function like that. Here it is. Casting int, float, and string, str. These are the three constructor function of int class, float class, and string class respectively. Construct an integer number from an integral literal, a float literal by removing all decimal, or a string literal providing the string represent a whole number. It's a integer. Through this function, we can convert from floating point, integer literal, or some or string literal. We can easily convert it to integer class, integer type, data type. Similarly, for float, construct say floating number from integer literal or float literal or a string literal providing the string represent a float or integer. We cannot convert complex number into these formats. Remember that it's a very crucial to understand. And then a string, construct a string from a wide variety of data types, including string, integer, literal, or floating point. Okay, similarly for string, here are the example what will happen. Here we can see that actually end of 1, then y is equal to end of 2.8, it will be only 2. And if we then end of 3 is a string, but it will be converted into string, can be converted into integer as well, 1 2 3, and all of these have become now class, integer class. Similarly for float, and then for string, here is float. We can see that except float of 1, float of 2.8, and float of 3, float of 4.5. First, for when we print x is a 1.0, 2.8, already a floating point, and then 3.0 because it's a string, so I added 0 to it. And 4.2 is also string, but now it has become the float class, and all of these are of floating class through constructed float function. I hope you got it. Similarly, dear students, is a string x is equal to str of s1, x will be s1, str2, y will be 2 of class string, integer will become string, and then 3.0 floating point will also become a string. Let's try it out. Here it is, x is equal to str of s1, y is equal to str of 2, that is str of 3.0, print xy, print xy are z. So s1 is of string 1, and then 2 is also has become a string, because string we passed in y, here we have passed integer to string constructor, and but it has become now in the output 2 it is of class string str. Similarly, floating point has become 3.0 string. Okay, all of these s1 2 3 0 are now of class string. If we want to add now 2 after converted string to some operator 3, we want to add it, it will create error. As you already know that there will be mismatch to add integer with string, because there will be no answer. One is of integer. If we want to add, then both numeric number must be of integer data type or floating, or integer and float, not strings. Okay, strings are merged only. Okay, we can merge only in a print through giving comma between the variables. So I hope you got it. We have reached at the end of this costing. Costing is converting from one data type to another. So we have seen it in from our tutorial. I hope you have got all these points. Now we are going to attempt exercise at the end. What will be the result of the following code print end for 35.88? Okay, what will it print end of 35? It will print 35 because it's integer data, terminate all the floating point and convert it to integer. Integers are without decimal points or complex. Here it is. What will be the result of the following? Of course, 35.0 because decimal point is included 0.0. Next page. What will be the result of the following? STR 35.82 and it will be rate 35.82. Correct. Congratulations. And other examples. Another exercise has been done successfully. I hope you have understood the concept of our today lecture. This is our purpose to this is our main purpose to teach you in a simple way. WCSchool.com has been written in a very simple way. We are simply, reading it out. We are going through line by line, one by one, so that the students and learners who are beginners, who don't know about computer programming, about computer programming. It's very easy for them to understand this concept. If you want to contact us at BITS Bukhari Information Technology System platform, you can contact us at 032059666143 if you are living in Pakistan, or if you are living abroad, you can include 0092 or +92 before dialing this number 320, dialing on WhatsApp. We are only available on WhatsApp 3205966143, or you can email us Bukhari Bits BUKHARA bits at the rate of gmail.com. So this was our lecture. We will be back for next lecture soon, hopefully.